My beloved child, hear these words with the weight they carry, for they are not ordinary. They arrive wrapped in urgency, trembling with a power that cannot be ignored. Time is moving faster than you realize, and the home you are living in carries a truth you were never meant to overlook. You may think these walls are only brick and stone, but they have absorbed every whisper, every secret, every shadow that has passed through them. And heaven says this is the moment you must awaken, for the place you call safety may no longer be what it seems. The very foundation you trusted is holding a revelation that demands your attention. You have felt it, haven't you? The uneasy silence that lingers even when the house is full, the strange chill that passes through certain rooms, the way sleep feels heavier within those walls. Those are not coincidences. They are signals. And tonight, heaven rips open the veil to show you what lies beneath. Do not delay, for every second wasted allows the unseen forces around you to grow stronger. The house you are in is not only shelter, it has become a container of energy, both light and shadow. And unless you listen now, the shadows will rise higher, pulling you into a battle you were never prepared for. My beloved child, do not take these words lightly, for they arrive as the final warning before a turning point is reached. Heaven is pressing this message upon you because the home you are in is carrying weight that has been hidden from you. You believe you are safe, but there are layers of truth beneath the surface waiting to be uncovered. Every wall, every corner, every piece of wood and stone has memory. They do not forget. They hold the energy of everything spoken, everything hidden, everything that has ever entered. And now those memories are no longer resting in silence, they are rising. They are pushing against the atmosphere, trying to reveal what was buried. You have felt it more than once, the sudden cold that runs across your skin without explanation, the sense that someone is standing behind you though no one is there, the way the lights flicker or the air grows heavy at certain times of the night. These are not accidents. They are signals, flashing warnings that heaven is demanding you pay attention to. Heaven says this house is not just a place where you live, it is a stage where unseen forces are playing their roles. Some forces are fighting to protect you, while others are circling, waiting for you to ignore them long enough to take advantage. And the longer you delay, the stronger they become. Your heart has felt it too, the heaviness that creeps into your chest, the restless sleep that leaves you drained, the strange dreams you cannot explain. These are not simply products of your imagination. They are fragments of the truth the house is holding. And God says this is the moment to stop, to listen, to awaken before the hidden weight consumes you. You may not realize it, but the ground beneath you remembers. Long before you placed your feet upon it, others walked there. Their actions, their secrets, their struggles sank into the soil. Some of those imprints carry blessing, but others carry shadow. And now those shadows stir because your presence has awakened them. This is why you cannot delay. The house is speaking, though not with words. It is pressing against your spirit, demanding recognition. And if you ignore it, the silence will only grow heavier, until it becomes unbearable. That is why heaven chose this moment, this exact time, to send this message. The truth is, you were not placed in this home by accident. Every step of your journey, every shift of your path, was guided here. And while you may see it as ordinary, heaven sees it as the ground of revelation. This house is a vessel, and what it carries will either break you or bless you depending on whether you listen now. You are not imagining the signs, my child. The late-night whispers you think you hear, the shadows at the edge of your vision, the sudden urge to leave certain rooms quickly, these are all real. They are the fabric of the truth trying to unravel itself before your eyes. And you must face it, for time is running out. My beloved child, as the silence deepens, the truth begins to press harder upon your spirit. You cannot ignore it any longer, the home you live in is carrying something beneath its surface. It is not just a place where you rest, it has become a vessel of secrets, and heaven says you must face them before they overwhelm you. You have walked through those rooms 1,000 times, but you have not truly seen what they are showing you. The flicker of a light that dies without reason, the creak of wood when the air is still, the way certain corners seem colder than the rest, these are signs. They are not random. They are pieces of a puzzle being placed before you. Heaven says that the atmosphere of this house holds a language of its own. It speaks in feelings, in shadows, in the sudden pull of your chest when you cross certain thresholds. That language is not meant to frighten you, but to alert you. It is crying out that something buried within these walls is demanding to be revealed. There are nights when you feel the weight of eyes upon you, though the room is empty. That is not your mind deceiving you, it is the house itself holding memories that are brushing against your spirit. These memories are restless, and heaven says if you delay, they will grow louder, until silence can no longer contain them. But you must also understand this, my child, not every force in that house is shadow. There is also protection woven into it, light standing guard over you. That is why you have not been destroyed, even though the heaviness has tried to break you. That is why you are still standing, because heaven's hand has been over you all along. The warning remains, you cannot ignore the tension you feel within those walls. You have been chosen to see it, chosen to understand it, chosen to carry the revelation forward. Others may have lived in that home and felt nothing, but you are different. Your spirit is awake, your presence stirs what is hidden, and that is why heaven insists you stop delaying. Every time you wake in the night, feeling the air shift around you, it is not without reason. Every dream that leaves you unsettled, every shadow that lingers in your memory, is tied to this place. Heaven says the house is carrying a story, and you are the one appointed to hear it. The truth is, your arrival in this home was not an accident. You were placed there because your spirit could handle what others could not. You were chosen because your strength could carry what others would collapse under. That is why this message is pouring now, because the final thread is about to unravel, and you must be prepared. The home has absorbed every step you've taken, every word you've spoken, every tear you've shed. And in return, it has tried to show you its own truths. If you listen now, you will understand. But if you delay, the weight will grow unbearable. Heaven says you cannot afford to miss this moment. My beloved child, the house is breathing with memories you cannot see, but you can feel. Each time you cross the doorway, there is a shift in the air, a subtle heaviness that clings to your skin. Heaven says this is no ordinary sensation, it is a sign that the walls are alive with the weight of what they have carried. The floors remember every step of those who came before you. The rooms echo with stories never spoken aloud. Some of those stories are drenched in pain, others in joy, but all of them linger in the atmosphere, mixing into a current that flows around you even now. This is why you cannot rest fully, why your spirit never feels completely still. You have been sensing this longer than you realize. The shadows that cross your mind at night, the dreams that repeat in strange patterns, the way you wake suddenly at certain hours, it is not coincidence. It is the house trying to speak through the language of your soul. Heaven says you must listen now, because the message is rising stronger each day. There are moments when you feel warmth in certain corners, a comfort that makes no sense. That is the light within the home, the residue of blessing that still lingers. But there are also spaces where you feel drained, where your chest tightens, where silence grows louder. That is where the shadow has settled, feeding off what it has absorbed. Both are present, both are real, and both are pressing against you. God says, do not delay. If you delay, the silence will thicken into noise, and the shadows will no longer whisper, they will roar. The time is short, and this is why the heavens opened this channel now. You are not being told these things to frighten you, but to awaken you, because the path ahead demands clarity. The truth, my child, is that your destiny is bound to this revelation. The house is not just a building, it is part of the map of your life. Its secrets connect to you, its stories are tied to you, its future depends on what you decide now. This is why you were placed here and not somewhere else. This is why your spirit was chosen. You may wonder why the pressure feels heavier now than before. It is because the moment of unveiling is close. The longer you live within these walls, the more the truth rises, the harder it becomes to hide. That is why the urgency is stronger, why heaven is shouting louder, stop delaying. The time to act is now. Sheer determination is already within you, you have survived storms that should have broken you. And heaven says that same strength will carry you through this. You are not alone. Light surrounds you, even as shadows try to press closer. And every step you take in faith shakes the power of what hides within your home. The final whisper in this part is this: prepare yourself, for the next part of the message will unravel what has been sealed. Heaven says the truth about your home, your life, and your future is about to break open. You must stay, for once it is revealed, nothing will ever be the same again. My beloved child, the air is shifting as this message grows heavier. You must hold every word with both hands, because what comes now is not only a warning but also a revelation. The house you live in has been carrying a truth too heavy to remain hidden, and heaven has chosen this moment to tear away the veil. For too long, shadows have circled in silence, watching, waiting for you to remain unaware. They thrive in ignorance, but the moment light shines on them, their power collapses. That is why heaven is speaking so urgently now, because you have reached the turning point where the truth can no longer be delayed. Your spirit has already felt it. Every time you walked into certain rooms and your chest grew heavy, every time you looked over your shoulder without knowing why, every time you sat in silence and tears rose without reason, it was not random. It was the house pressing against your soul, begging to be acknowledged. God says the foundation of this place holds more than brick and stone. It holds agreements, spoken and unspoken, made long before you arrived. Some of those agreements carry blessings, but others carry bonds of pain. And because your spirit is awake, you can feel both pulling on you. This is why you cannot delay, for the longer you wait, the tighter those bonds become. You have been chosen to break what others could not. Others lived here and ignored the signs. Others felt the heaviness but dismissed it, and so the weight lingered, growing deeper, darker, more stubborn. But your presence is different. You were sent here to confront it, to release it, to carry the revelation forward. That is why you feel what others did not. Do not doubt yourself, my child. Heaven says your sensitivity is not weakness, it is strength. It is the evidence that your spirit is tuned to the truth, able to see what hides beneath the surface. This gift may feel heavy at times, but it is the very tool that will protect you now. The truth is this: the home you live in is at a crossroads. The energy within it is unsettled, restless, fighting to decide whether it will serve light or shadow. And the decision is tied to you. Your response, your faith, your actions will determine what this house becomes. That is why heaven shouts, do not delay, do not ignore, do not hesitate. You may feel fear rising as you hear this, but do not let it consume you. Fear is the shadow's tool to silence you. Heaven is not speaking this to frighten you but to strengthen you. To let you know that you have already survived storms worse than this, and you will survive this too. The house is strong, but your spirit is stronger. Heaven shows me this: there will be nights when the silence grows too thick, when the air feels heavy as stone. In those moments, remember this message. Speak light into the walls, breathe strength into the rooms, claim your ground. For every declaration of courage you release weakens the grip of what hides within. And do not forget, there is blessing tied to this place as well. A treasure hidden within its very bones. But the treasure cannot rise until the shadows are broken. That is why you must stay alert, stay awake, stay strong. You are standing on the edge of revelation, and what you do next will change everything. My beloved child, the message grows louder now. Heaven leans closer, for the urgency cannot be contained any longer. The home you are living in is not just walls and a roof, it has become the stage where destiny is unfolding, and the choices you make now will echo for years to come. You have already noticed the shift in the atmosphere. Some nights, the silence presses against you so hard that it feels like the air is too thick to breathe. Other times, a strange calm settles, as if unseen hands are wrapping you in protection. This is because both light and shadow are present within these walls, waiting for you to decide which will remain. God says, do not delay, you must stop ignoring these signals. Every sign you felt, the restless sleep, the sudden chills, the dreams that cling to your memory, has been a warning, a preparation. You are not imagining them. They are the house itself speaking through the language of your spirit. There is something buried here, something that has waited for your presence to awaken it. It is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to be revealed, confronted, and released. That is why heaven chose you to live here and not someone else. This house could have been given to anyone, but it was given to you because your spirit has the strength to carry what others could not. Do not underestimate the weight of this moment. Heaven has already shown that delaying any longer will bring heavier consequences. The shadows will not stay quiet forever, they will push harder, trying to make you doubt, trying to make you run, trying to silence your courage. That is why the message is so urgent. You must stop and listen, because the time to act is now. But even in this warning, there is hope. The blessing tied to this house is greater than the shadow. It is hidden, waiting, and once released, it will overflow into every part of your life. The very place that tried to weigh you down will become the foundation of your rise. The ground that held secrets will become the ground of your strength. My child, heaven says you will not face this alone. Angels have already stepped into the corners of your rooms. Light has already stretched across your walls. That is why you are still standing, why the heaviness has not broken you. Every time you felt like giving up, something pulled you back. That was not chance, that was divine protection. You were chosen for this moment. Others ignored the signs, but you cannot. Others lived here blind, but your eyes are open. And because of that, you will see what they did not. You will uncover what they missed. You will rise where they stumbled. This is the destiny tied to your home, and it belongs to you. Heaven whispers this final truth for now, the breaking is near. The tension you feel in the air is because the revelation is pressing against the walls, ready to burst forth. Do not delay, my beloved child. Stay awake, stay strong, stay prepared. For in the next moment, the house will show you what it has been hiding all along. My beloved child, the final layer is opening now. You have walked through the warning, through the signs, through the weight of what the house carries. Now heaven is ready to reveal the last truth, the truth that explains why you were called here and why the message has pressed so urgently against your spirit. The home you are living in is not ordinary. It was marked long before your arrival. Every secret it held, every silence it carried, was waiting for you. For years, the shadows grew bold because no one confronted them. But the moment your feet crossed the threshold, everything changed. Your presence stirred what was hidden. Your light shook what was comfortable in the dark. That is why you feel the pressure now, it is because the truth can no longer remain buried. God says, this house was not given to break you. It was given to shape you, to prepare you, to reveal the strength inside you that you have not yet discovered. Every restless night, every strange chill, every sudden heaviness, it was not meant to destroy, but to train your spirit. You were chosen because heaven knew you could stand. The revelation is this: the house is a mirror of your journey. The shadows inside it represent every betrayal, every pain, every secret others tried to hide from you. And just as you are facing them here, you are also breaking them within yourself. The blessing is this: the moment you rise above the weight of this home, you will rise above the weight of everything that has tried to hold you back in life. Do not fear, my child. The light within you is greater than the darkness within these walls. Heaven has assigned angels to stand guard at your doors. That is why no harm has overtaken you, even though shadows have circled. That is why you have survived every test, because you are not walking through this alone. The blessing tied to this home is waiting to be released. Once the shadow breaks, peace will fill the rooms. Rest will return to your nights. Joy will rise in your mornings. And the very ground that felt heavy will become the ground where your greatest victories are built. Heaven says you will not move from here empty, you will move with blessing, with strength, with clarity. But remember this warning: do not delay. Do not ignore the signs. Do not push this message aside. If you act now, you will stand in victory. If you delay, the weight will grow heavier, and the blessing will take longer to appear. The choice is yours, but heaven begs you, decide now. And so God leaves you with this final promise: you are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. This house will not break you, it will build you. And when the dust settles, you will stand stronger than ever, carrying the blessing that has your name written upon it. Heralded by light, the message closes here. But its echo will remain with you, filling your chest, guiding your steps, and reminding you that time has not run out. You still have the power to choose, and heaven is waiting for you to act. My beloved child, heaven's light pours into the final words, because this is not just an ending, it is a turning point. The urgency that has pressed upon you from the beginning now burns like fire, for the moment of choice is here. The house you are living in has been calling, and God's voice is now clear: do not delay, you must stop ignoring what has been shown to you. Every step you take across those floors shakes loose what has been buried. Every breath you draw inside those walls draws the unseen closer. You were never meant to walk blindly through this place, you were meant to awaken it, to confront it, to break it open. This is why your nights have been restless, why your spirit has carried weight, why your dreams have been different since the day you arrived. God says the walls of your home are crying for release. They have held too much for too long, and only you carry the authority to set them free. Others have lived here and passed away unchanged, but you are different. You are chosen, you are marked, and you cannot escape this calling. The time is running short, and heaven demands that you move now. My child, the pressure you feel is not here to break you, it is here to prove you. Every battle within these walls mirrors the battles of your life. You have faced betrayal, silence, and heaviness before. You have carried wounds no one else could see. And still, you rose. The same strength that carried you through those storms will carry you here. Heaven shows me that once the shadow in this home is broken, the atmosphere will shift completely. Peace will replace the weight. Laughter will replace the silence. Light will replace the shadow. And when that moment comes, you will know it was not only your house that changed, it was you. Do not let fear silence you, my beloved. Fear has whispered to you long enough. Fear has tried to convince you to stay quiet, to delay, to dismiss the signs. But tonight, the voice of God thunders louder: you cannot wait any longer. Every second matters, for the release is tied to your obedience. There is also a blessing hidden within this home, a blessing larger than you can imagine. It is written with your name. It has waited for you. Once the shadow is lifted, the blessing will pour out like a river that cannot be stopped. That blessing will not only cover your life, it will overflow into the lives of those connected to you. And so God says, prepare yourself. Stand firm. Walk through your rooms with courage. Speak light where there is shadow. Declare strength where there is weakness. Do not leave this message behind, for it is the key to everything that comes next. This is the final seal of the message: you will not fall. You will not fail. You will stand, and your house will stand with you. From this day forward, the shadow is broken, the blessing is released, and your destiny will rise higher than ever before. The words fade now, but their echo will not. They will live inside you, guiding your steps, strengthening your spirit, and reminding you that heaven chose you for this moment. Do not delay, my beloved child. Time is running, but grace is still here. Walk forward, for heaven walks with you.